The TerraFlex JL 2-inch bump stop strike pad kit extends the height of the factory bump stop strike pads. It has a modular design that allows interlocking shims to be added to increase the bump stop strike pad height past 2 inches. This kit allows Rubicon models to run 35-inch tires without rubbing on the factory fenders, and when combined with our JL bump stop strike pad shim kit, it will allow any JL Wrangler to fit up to a 37-inch tire. Raise the vehicle in the air and remove the wheels and tires. Disconnect the sway bar link at the axle end and swing the sway bar up and out of the way. Remove the bolt connecting the front track bar to the axle. Detach the bracket connecting the brake lines to the front lower control arms. Remove the axle actuator plug by pushing in the locking tab. Remove any zip ties or plastic clips connecting the line to the upper control arm. Disconnect the breather hose on the axle. On the Rubicon, there is a locker actuator plug that you will also need to disconnect. Loosen, but do not remove the control arm bolts. The front upper control arms have a heat shield on the frame end. Move the heat shield out of the way or remove it if you want to. Support the axle and remove the bolt on the axle end of the front shock. Raise the vehicle or lower the axle until the springs are loose. Be aware of the brake lines, ABS lines, and any other wires. As much as possible, avoid stretching these. Remove the bottom of the spring. Slide the bump stop strike pad into the spring and set the spring back into place. Be sure the bottom of the spring matches up with the spring index. Using the provided tool, tighten the bolt and nut for the bump stop. The 2-inch bump stop strike pad should give you the necessary height for longer shocks and 35-inch tires. The optional JL bump stop strike pad shim kit will increase the bump stop height to allow larger tires, longer springs, and increased shock lengths. Install the rear bump stop strike pads by placing the mounting plate onto the axle bracket. 2 holes on the mounting plate line up with holes on the axle bracket. Use these to attach the mounting plate using the provided hardware. Place the rear bump stop strike pad onto the mounting plate and insert the mounting strap into the slot on the bump stop strike pad. Insert the hex cap bolts and lock washer from below and screw them into the mounting strap. Similar to the front, the 2-inch rear bump stop strike pad allows you to run 35-inch tires, but the optional JL bump stop strike pad shim kit will increase the rear strike pad height. The idea behind modular bump stop strike pads is to allow a customized strike pad height. To optimize strike pad configuration for maximum travel and clearance, careful setup and testing will be required. Included in the written instructions is a tire clearance guide. This is a good starting point for running larger tires on the JL Wrangler. Depending on the tire brand or size, shock, and spring length, you may need additional spacers.